Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That is degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice, just me having fun with some charts, like the chart behind me, which is for BIOR or Biora Therapeutics. And so I've been following this one for a little while, and so I just wanted to highlight a couple things that seem pretty interesting and relevant right now, especially after the last week, where it has been trading up much higher. And so to start, I'm just going to go to back to the beginning of the year, January 6th. There's a little tail of a candle over there, and I'm going to connect that with the tail of a candle from April 26th. And so from that, we can see that served as support around the end of August. In the middle of September, a wick of a candle popped up and tapped that line, and it seems like on Friday last week we were just about at that level as well. Okay, and so the next potential level of resistance I'm going to show is really just based on this wick that came up, which had a high that day of $2.68. And so I'm just going to put a line right around there. And so basically Thursday kissed that line last week, and Friday we did go above it, but then came back and closed below it. And also another level of resistance, and this was actually pointed out to me by a post on Twitter based on the range that the price has been in, going back to this candle here on July 13th, the wick, the top of the wick there, and then the top of the wick on September 5th, and then the tail of the candle from June 27th. And so we have this nice channel there that the price has been bound by for the past many months. And so while we were recently at the bottom of that channel, or near the bottom of the channel, over the past week, we did come up to what looks like, I mean, my lines are not perfect, but for the most part, we didn't really spend much time outside of that channel. And it looks like there are 3 layers of resistance where the current price is. So it seems like it's, somewhat risky to be in a position, or at least it'd be good to lower that risk by taking some off the table. And so I do have a small position in this, and so I've been trying to manage my risk, assessing, the resistance that we're at now. And so my thoughts are that on Friday last week with this green candle, and then seeing Monday today with this red candle, although it is a bullish hammer candle, it just makes me think that if there were buyers on Friday at the top, there would then be this dip to scare them out, and then this could continue and rally up into tomorrow, Tuesday. And so that's my thoughts with the stock price, the action there. But something that I want to point out that happened in the after hours, if we look at the hourly candle, we can see that we actually broke above that trend line or that channel. And so currently the price is at $2.65 in the after hours session, which has ended. And so, I'm curious to see what happens in the pre-market. Do we end up gapping up tomorrow, or does it end up pulling back, dumping, and then returning to the bottom of the channel? So that's something that I'm very curious about. If it does continue upwards, one thing that stands out to me, I don't really see a ton of clear resistance potential here, but what makes sense for a level of resistance would just be $3. And so I've got this line here. I'm going to color that red, because that seems like, we've been in that area before, and, just round number that could serve as resistance. But also, one thing I did not point out before when I was looking at the hourly chart is, why did it pop up in the after hours? And so if I look at the news, one of those articles is that Biora this presumably drug that they're working on was delayed due to FDA requests for more information. So it doesn't mean it was rejected. It just means that it's delayed. And so, but because it's delayed, that makes me think that that's not really bullish news. It seems more bearish, but it didn't get rejected. So in that sense, it is bullish. So what do we see tomorrow? Do we see a break through these trend lines, these levels of resistance? If it closes tomorrow above them, that would be a really good sign. But if it can't do that, it's possible that it would be coming back down to the bottom of this channel, or perhaps if it breaks out of this channel, maybe the top of that channel would then serve as support before it could potentially move higher later on. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on BIOR. And if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below, like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more content like this. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you have a great week. Take care.